Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ahmed and I am from Bristol, UK. I watched a video about how to know if your intentions are pure. It was very beneficial. My questioning relating to this is if you know of any dua from the Quran or Sunnah asking Allah for pure intentions. Jazakallah khairan, Ahmed Ali. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Akhil Aziz, my valued brother in Islam, is a general way of making the dua, asking Allah Azza wa Jal for pure intentions. And there's a specific way. As far as the general way, is if you speak the English language, to just say to Allah, "Oh Allah, please make me sincere. Oh Allah, grant me Ikhlaas. Oh Allah, protect me from showing off. Oh Allah, keep my eyes blind from what the people see and say about me when I perform ibadah." Anything that you ask Allah for, if it's in English or Urdu or any other language, you say it just like that. As far as the specific ways of asking Allah for pure intentions, asking Allah to protect you from shirk, minor shirk and major shirk, hidden shirk, riyah, nifaq and kufr and anything like this, then I would advise you to read the different books of adhkar, the different books of supplications that are available in English, available in Arabic, available in other languages as well. And from the best of those books is that which is called Hisnul Muslim, the citadel of the Muslim or the fortress of the Muslim. In general, we all know the one on Hadith in Sahih Muslim, which the Messenger of Allah ﷺ is quoted to have said, "Wahdini li ahsan al-akhlaq." He says, "Oh Allah, guide me to the best of character. Guide me to the best of character." No one can guide me to the best of character except for you. And Hadith also says, "Wasrif anni sayyi'aha, la yasrifu anni sayyi'aha illa anta." Aw kama jaa. The Hadith says, "And protect me from the worst of akhlaq, the worst of character, the worst of behavior. No one can protect me therefrom except for you." And this word akhlaq and khuluq, character and behavior, it includes all things with everyone. It includes statements, actions, belief. It includes the akhlaq that you have with Allah, and the akhlaq that you have with yourself, and the akhlaq that you have with the people. So asking Allah to protect you from bad akhlaq, and bad akhlaq with Allah is shirk, is kufr, is showing off, is being hypocritical. And as it states in other narrations, making Allah Azza wa Jal ahwan al-nadhirina ilayk. The narration says, do not make Allah ahwan al-nadhirina ilayka. Don't make Allah the most insignificant onlookers. Do not make Allah the one who's the most insignificant of those who see you. In other words, you're in front of the people and you care about what they say and what they think. And you're ashamed and embarrassed. But when you're totally by yourself, Allah's watching, Allah's surveillance means nothing to you whatsoever. And this is from the attributes of the munafiqeen. As Allah tells in the Quran, وَإِذَا خَلَوْا, Allah says, and when they seclude themselves. Allah says, and when they seclude themselves with their shayateen, when they seclude themselves with each other, then they say all types of horrible and atrocious things to say. We don't believe, they're fools. Allah talks about the Yahud in the Quran, that they say believing in the beginning of the day, وَقْفُرُوا آخِرَهُ, and at the end of the day, reject it. And the list goes on. What's important is that there are many adhkar and supplications for shirk and for kufr. Asking Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness and for protection for the shirk that you may know about. And asking Allah Azza wa Jal for protection against the shirk that you don't know about. As is collected by Imam al-Bukhari in his book Al-Adab al-Mufrad. And that's another book that we advise you to read with regards to a reliable source for adhkar for the 9 to 5 English reader. Al-Adab al-Mufrad of Imam al-Bukhari. Imam al-Bukhari's book on good character. Just as Imam al-Bukhari has a book on character in his Sahih as well. And many people, they have a misconception thinking that Al-Adab al-Mufrad is the only book that Imam Bukhari wrote on that. Rather, you should start off with Kitab al-Adab in Sahih al-Bukhari first. Then Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Khairan inshallah. So therefore, there's a general way. We've explained that. And there are some specific narrations. We've mentioned just a few of them. If you go back to those sources and others, you'll find many more. What's important is that if you're afraid of making shirk, if you're afraid of having bad intentions, if you're fearful of having ill intentions, then that in itself is a sign of sincerity. that in itself is a sign of Ikhlaas. Because no one is going to be afraid and scared unless someone who is concerned. As it's mentioned in other narrations about the fly on the nose of the human. The munafiq, he looks at nifaq like something on his fly. He just waves it off like that. And the believer is afraid of it. The believer is fearful of nifaq. So if you're afraid of making shirk, if you're afraid of having bad intentions, if you're afraid of riyah, then that in itself is a sign, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, that you have a lot of good with you. So my advice is to learn those adhkar, read them, recite them daily, and turn away from the people, and do not give too much time and attention to the concept. Be mindful of Ikhlaas, yes, but don't always live in a constant say, oh, I'm not sincere in this, and that will lead to waswasa. That will lead to waswasa. So there has to be a balance. Not to be understood is to feel safe against nifaq. Not to be understood that you don't check your intentions. Not to be understood that the shaitan cannot creep up against you. That's not what we're saying. But we're saying how some people, they become in a total anxious attack. And they're doing that which is right. They worship Allah and by themselves. And they think, shirk, riyah, I'm not sure, I'm a munafiq. And they may end up killing themselves, committing suicide, leaving Islam. That's what we're talking about. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless you.